My joints hurt so badly every morning, I had to sit on the edge of the bed for 10 minutes before I could even stand up. I spent 2 years trying everything doctors suggested. Nothing touched it. Then I stopped 3 things, not added, stopped. No injections, no prescriptions, no physical therapy bills. My name is Harold. I am 74 years old, and within 3 weeks I woke up and just stood up. First time in 2 years. If your joints have been stealing your mornings from you, drop the word mornings in the comments right now. I tried everything before that moment. First came the compression socks my daughter bought me, tight as a tourniquet and about as comfortable. Wore them for 6 straight weeks, and all I got was itchy ankles and marks that looked like tire tracks on my calves. Then I spent $87 on those fancy supplements with the smiling seniors on the bottle, the ones that promise to lubricate your joints naturally. 3 pills every morning with breakfast for 3 months straight. My wallet got thinner, but my knees didn't get any better. My doctor suggested water aerobics at the community center. I stood in a pool with 15 other folks my age, waving my arms around while a 20-something instructor shouted, "Feel the burn." The only thing burning was my pride when I needed help climbing out of the pool. 7 different attempts, 4 different doctors, almost $600 spent, 0 results. I remember sitting in my recliner one evening, watching my neighbor Frank mow both our lawns. The same Frank who used to ask me for help with heavy lifting. I wasn't sad, I was furious. Frank has lived 3 houses down from me for 17 years. Nice guy, retired electrician, always wears those button-up shirts with the pockets, even when he's just working in the yard. Last summer, he was moving as slow as I was. We'd joke about racing our walkers to the mailbox someday. Then last October, I noticed something strange. Frank was out raking leaves, bending down, twisting, the whole deal. No wincing, no stopping to rub his knees. The same Frank who couldn't get out of a chair without groaning just months earlier. I wheeled my garbage can to the curb the next day. Took me 3 rest stops to get there, and Frank was outside washing his car. "What happened to you?" I asked him. "You're moving like you stole someone else's knees." He laughed and put down his sponge. "Nothing happened to me, Harold. I just stopped doing 4 things to myself." I must have looked confused, because he walked over, no limp, no hesitation, and said, "I didn't add a single pill or treatment. I just stopped 4 things that were fighting against my body, and everything changed." That sentence hit me like a truck. Fighting against my body? Had I been doing that all this time? Frank invited me in for coffee that afternoon and laid it all out. I took notes on the back of an envelope. 4 things to stop. Not forever, he said, but for 3 weeks to see what happens. The first thing to stop was wearing cushioned shoes all day long. I thought he was crazy. More cushion means more comfort, right? Wrong. Frank explained that all that padding weakens the small muscles in our feet and ankles. Those muscles are supposed to support our knees and hips, but they get lazy when shoes do all the work, like having a personal assistant who eventually forgets how to do their job. Frank started going barefoot around his house for at least 3 hours every day. No slippers, no thick socks, just bare feet on the floor. I thought he'd lost his mind, but I tried it anyway. First 4 days, I noticed nothing except cold feet and my wife laughing at me. By day 6, I felt this strange awareness in my toes I hadn't felt in years. They were working again? By the end of week 2, I could feel my arches engaging when I walked to the bathroom at night. My balance was better. The rule is simple. Let your feet remember how to be feet. The second thing to stop was sitting in soft, deep chairs. This one hurt my feelings because I loved my recliner, but Frank explained that those cushy seats tilt our pelvis backward and put our spine in a C shape. This pulls on everything connected to our back, including our leg muscles and hip joints. 8 hours a day in a bad position adds up fast. Frank switched to a firmer kitchen chair with a small pillow behind his lower back. I dragged our old wooden dining chair into the living room. My wife thought I'd finally cracked. First week, it was uncomfortable and I cheated twice, sneaking back to my recliner. By day 9, I noticed I could stand up without using the armrests to push myself up. By the end of week 3, the stiffness in my lower back that I thought was just age had decreased by half. The rule is clear: your chair shapes your body, so choose wisely. If you know someone struggling with morning joint pain or stiffness, please share this video with them. Not for views, because someone sharing this with me genuinely changed things. The third thing to stop was drinking anything cold with meals. This one surprised me most. Frank explained that cold drinks shock our digestive system and force our body to waste energy warming up the liquid instead of processing food properly. This creates inflammation as undigested food particles leak where they shouldn't go. And inflammation shows up in our weakest spots, usually the joints. Frank switched to room temperature water or warm tea with meals, nothing ice cold. I did the same, though I missed my ice water something fierce. First 5 days, I noticed absolutely nothing and thought this tip was nonsense. By day 12, the constant burning sensation in my knees had calmed down noticeably. By the end of week 3, the swelling around my ankles that I thought was permanent had decreased enough that I could see my ankle bones again. The rule is unexpected but effective. Cold drinks cost your joints more than you think. The fourth thing to stop was using pain relievers before bed. This one scared me. Those pills were the only reason I could sleep some nights. But Frank explained that while they mask pain temporarily, they also prevent our bodies from doing their natural repair work during sleep. It's like putting tape over a car's check engine light instead of fixing the problem. Frank started using a heating pad for 15 minutes before bed. I bought one the next day at the pharmacy. First 3 nights, I slept terribly and almost gave up. By night 7, I fell asleep faster despite the aches. By the end of week 3, I was sleeping through the night without waking up to reposition my legs. The rule is counterintuitive but powerful. Sometimes feeling the pain helps your body fix the cause. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, "Harold, that's nice for you, but my joints are worse than yours ever were." And you might be absolutely right. Your pain might be deeper, your stiffness more severe, your mornings more miserable than mine ever were. I am not telling you to ignore your doctor or throw away treatments that work for you. Your body, your journey. But I am suggesting this. Pick one, just one of these stops. Start with going barefoot for a few hours each day. It costs nothing and risks nothing. Give it 2 weeks of honest effort. Frank didn't fix everything at once either. He told me he started with just the barefoot hours for the first 10 days, then added the chair change, then the others. Took him almost 2 months to implement all 4. He didn't rush, and neither should you. Your body has been adapting to these problems for years. It deserves at least a few weeks to start adapting back. And if nothing changes after a genuine 2-week trial, you've lost nothing, but gained the certainty that you need to look elsewhere for your answers. Last month, Frank knocked on my door at 7:30 in the morning. "Get your walking shoes," he said. "They're fixing the potholes on Maple Street today. Thought you might want to see it." 3 months earlier, I would have made an excuse. Too early, too far, too many hills. But that morning, I just grabbed my hat and joined him. Maple Street is 6 blocks from my house, with that steep incline by the Peterson place that used to leave me winded even in my 60s. Frank and I walked the whole way, talking about his grandson's baseball team and the ridiculous water bill increases. We stood there watching the road crew for almost an hour. The smell of fresh asphalt, the rumble of the steamroller, 2 old men just standing there. No benches, no leaning on anything. On the walk back, Frank pointed to my legs. "Notice anything?" I realized I hadn't thought about my knees or hips once during the entire outing. Not a single wince or adjustment, no mental calculation of how many steps until I could rest. At the corner by my house, Frank extended his hand for our usual goodbye handshake. Instead, I gave him a quick hug. "Thank you," I said, my voice catching a little. He just nodded and smiled. My legs aren't what they were at 50. They won't carry me up mountains or around dance floors anymore, but they're mine again. They carry me to the mailbox, to the grocery store, to watch road crews on Maple Street. They let me stand in my garden and feel the sun on my face without counting the minutes until I need to sit down. They're mine again. They carry me, and that is enough. I still go barefoot every afternoon, still sit in that wooden chair while watching my shows, still drink my coffee at room temperature, and I still use that heating pad instead of pills most nights. Not because I'm trying to fix anything anymore, but because this is just how I live now. These small changes gave me back something I thought was gone forever, my independence, the ability to trust my own body again. If anything I've shared today gave you even a spark of hope that something might be possible again for you too, drop the word possible in the comments below, because that's what this is really about. Not perfect joints, just the possibility of better mornings. And sometimes, possibility is everything. I still go barefoot every afternoon, still sit in that wooden chair while watching my shows, still drink my coffee at room temperature, and I still use that heating pad instead of pills most nights. Not because I'm trying to fix anything anymore, but because this is just how I live now. These small changes gave me back something I thought was gone forever, my independence, the ability to trust my own body again. If anything I've shared today gave you even a spark of hope that something might be possible again for you too, drop the word possible in the comments below, because that's what this is really about. Not perfect joints, just the possibility of better mornings. And sometimes, possibility is everything.